Welcome back, fellas, to another day in the NBA. It is Thursday, February 6th. We have only 6 games on today, so it's a little bit of a smaller slate for you, but we're going to go over the entire schedule with which money line side, which spread side I like to bet on. Yesterday, we actually did really well with that, but we're also going to recap yesterday's games as well as give you my 3 plays I have for today's smaller slate. Let's waste no time and hop straight into it. Starting with the NBA slate for today, these odds are going to look probably different from when the time you're seeing this, as this is a video, so it's going to come out after it's edited. So if the lines move at all, I'll try to basis that with a little bit of buffer for room. Right, Boston's going to come in at minus 10.5. I don't see that changing really anytime soon. Dallas is just clearly undermanned right now with maybe Anthony Davis playing. Maybe. I highly doubt it. If he doesn't play, then they're clearly still undermanned. I don't see them really winning this game in any capacity. I think Boston easily clears this one. Let's not waste any more time. Rockets against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota's favored at -1, but I kind of like the Rockets in this one. I obviously know they're without Fred VanVleet. That is a little bit of a factor, but I don't think it's really going to come into much of play there. I think the Rockets can cover +1 in this one. Very close game. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch as well. Then we have the Magic and the Denver Nuggets. Magic are coming off a back-to-back, which means there is some blowout potential with the Nuggets here, but I think they're able to keep it close enough as in back-to-backs. They do have a straight even record of 4-4 right now. So again, they're not a horrible team off back-to-backs, but they're nothing really fantastic. You like when they're playing a good team on a back-to-back. You like for that team to kind of blow them out and do a good job of that. Last time, at one point, Denver was up by 23 points in the fourth quarter the last time they played. I don't know if it's going to be that big of a blowout, but I think there's going to be a sizable lead here for Denver. Sacramento on their back-to-back going against the Blazers. I like Blazers to cover +2 in this. They've been a scrappy team. They've been winning a lot of good games against good teams. Sacramento's still trying to get that chemistry down. They were down really bad yesterday against the Magic. Able to put it together a little bit at the end of the game, but in the third quarter, they fell apart, I think, a little bit too much. They don't give me a ton of confidence heading into this game. Again, second game with Zach LaVine in should be an interesting look, but I do like the Blazers here in this matchup. With that being said, we're going to Golden State versus the Lakers. This is a matchup of who has less players. Right now, the Lakers are absolutely dismantled. There is nobody playing because either they got traded or they just got traded to LA and they're not playing because of whatever the reason. There's a few injuries as well. Right now, the Lakers are literally going to run probably 6 to 7 guys and just rely on them to be able to score the rock. And that includes Jackson Hayes and Jared Vanderbilt, who both don't score. So that's going to be an interesting mix. We'll get into that later, though. But the Pacers and who I like on that side, I think I still like the Lakers despite them right now being in shambles, because Golden State right now is also in shambles. Jimmy Butler's not in. Draymond Green's probably not playing either. There's a few missing pieces in that Golden State offense. Andrew Wiggins is now gone. You have a ton of pieces gone. Anyway, let's keep it pushing. Pacers versus the Clippers. I think this is a wash of a game. I wouldn't touch it. I'm not going near this game from a betting perspective. I do like the Clippers to cover in 4. Should be a pretty easy straight line there. I just don't like it that much for betting. But we're going to keep it pushing now. Going to the recap from last night, a little 5-0 sweep. You love to see it. So yesterday we went up 5 units with an ROI of 87.6%, which you absolutely love to see a quick sweep and stain. Domantas Sabonis over 18.5 points. Keontae George over 17.5 points despite coming off the bench. Pretty good call, Gutters. Trae Young over 10.5 assists. Looked shaky there in the beginning, but was able to figure it out. Asar Thompson was never a doubt at 4.5 rebounds, and De'Aaron Fox came out steaming hot against the Hawks on his first debut with the Spurs. So love to see that as well. So far this month, we're doing pretty well right now in the NBA. We are up a ROI of 30%, 29.46, with up 6.5 units. So we want to keep building on these days and keep capitalizing on our wins. With that being said, let's hop into the plays for today. I have some pretty straightforward bets for today. We're taking mostly stars in this one, as I don't see there's a lot of really good value in these bench pieces. There's so many trades going on right now, and there's so many goddamn moving pieces. A lot of guys are injured. They're going to be waiting until All-Star break comes. All this sort of heebie-jeebie, whatever the hell's going on in the NBA right now. It's really messing up a lot of lineups, and people are getting taken advantage of from the betting perspective. So we're going to try to keep it pretty straight, simple. You know the guys that are going to get minutes. You know the guys that are going to see the play time. We want to take advantage and bet on those guys. Now we're going to bet on pretty good games today. The one game that I'm really expecting to be a very solid game is going to be the Portland Trail Blazers against the Sacramento Kings, despite it being a back-to-back for the Kings, which could lead to some up and downs. I think this is probably one of the closer games. We are going to be starting with Anthony Simons to go over 18.5 points. We get this at -125 on BetMGM. Sacramento, again, this season has just been pretty bad against point guards, and they allow the 5th highest three-point percentage to opposing point guards, along with the 5th most points above the break, which again, that's beyond the three-pointer mark. And that's where 50% of Anthony's shots and points come from this season. So again, he's chucking from beyond the arc. He's going to be seeing a ton of shots from back there. Plus, he's hit this in 4 of the last 5 games versus Sacramento, so he's clearly familiar with the team. Obviously, there's no De'Aaron Fox anymore, so that matchup's going to look a little bit different, but I think that benefits him, if nothing else. Also, them being on a back-to-back could slow them down a little bit. That really helps Simons in this one. Also, they allow the most points out of any team in the league get to spot up shots. That's where 20% of Simons' shots or Simons' points come from, excuse me. So again, very high volume matchup. He's been hitting this line pretty consistently, 53% of games this season. There's nothing too crazy to look at there. But again, he just is coming off a 22-point game versus the Pacers. I expect him to kind of get back to that line. And again, in a favorable matchup with a little bit of a mix-up of rotation, he should be able to crush this spot. Heading to our next play, we're going to be taking Nikola Jokic to go over 1.5 3-pointers made. I understand the blowout could happen. That's why we're taking threes over just straight points. I like the points, but he's hit over this mark in 7 of 8 back-to-backs this season for him. Again, with Denver coming off a back-to-back, it's a little bit different, but he averages 5.4 three-point attempts on back-to-backs. Magic also led the second highest three-point percentage to opposing centers, and the Magic led the 11th most field goals made. So again, the matchup is perfect for him to easily crush this line. The field goal attempts, the three-point attempts is there for him to absolutely crush this mark as well. He's coming off a cupcake game against the Pelicans last game, so I expect him to be able to bounce back this game. No problem. He had 38 points last game. Is he going to have that this game? I honestly highly doubt it, but he had 5 threes. So again, the volume is what we're looking at. He attempted the three-pointer shot 13 times. He had 13 three-point attempts. So again, if we see anything similar to that, he should easily smash over this mark. And for our last pick, we're going to go very straight, simple, cookie cutter. Kind of like I said earlier today, LeBron James over 27.5 points. We get this at -115 on DraftKings. But he said over this mark in 5 of the last 6 games versus Golden State. And I can give you all the number, humbo, jumbo, whatever you need here. As he's played Golden State this many times, you give this many points. I'm going to be honest, this is more of a read of they are depleted. AD, gone, traded. Donkey Cade, gone, traded. Christie, gone, traded. Luka, not playing because he's injured. Mark Williams, not with the team yet. Shake Milton, questionable to play today. Probably will not, leaning towards no. Vanderbilt and Hayes are their 2 starting, really, I guess, big men that you would have. Hachimura kind of is as well, but he's more of like a stretch forward type of look. But Vanderbilt and Hayes both are not scoring bigs at all. Hayes' line is at 9.5 today. He's hit this one of the last 10 games. He's not score the rock. So they're going to rely on LeBron. They're going to rely on Austin Reeves. They're going to rely on Rui Hachimura. And they're going to rely on Shake Milton to come off the bench. Maybe DFS gets some run as well here with just the team being so depleted of scores. LeBron's going to have to do a lot of the back end work here if they want to win this game, or Austin Reeves is going to have to pop off. One of those two is really going to have a good game for them to win this. I expect them to win this, and I expect LeBron to have one of those legacy games. Not legacy games. That's such a lie. His legacy's insane. One of those just bigger games of the season that we've been looking for, over 30 points. I probably will sprinkle that as well here. I think he just has to have a big game if they want any chance of winning this, and I don't see them letting it get to a blowout, especially because Golden State on the other side is very depleted as well. Again, no Draymond Green, no Jimmy Butler with the trade, now no Andrew Wiggins as well. There's a lot of moving pieces on both sides of the rock here, so it's going to be interesting how they do it. The one consistent motherfucker is LeBron James. So we're going to rock with him and his points line today. Again, 27.5 is very high for LeBron this season, but he's at a spot where he kind of needs to score. And when he needs to score, he has stepped up for us in the past. And we've cashed on LeBron over points a lot this year, so we're going to go back on the wagon and try to do it one more time. With that being said, those are my 3 plays: LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, and Anthony Simons. I really like these plays, so make sure to let me know what you guys like in the comments below. And if you guys are tailing off the 5-0 sweeping steam, we swept 2 of the past 3 days. Just saying. We've been pretty hot. Make sure you're in the Discord if you are not. And I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure to like, subscribe, artists to the fun shit down below. Peace.